As my resume shows, my beginning of my professional career was as a commissioned officer in the Navy. I started out as a surface warfare officer on a guided missile frigate and went to Newport and taught in surface warfare officer school. Followed that with a period as a defense contractor where I essentially did the job that I thought I might like to do when I started out as an electrical engineering major as an undergrad. Did that for 4 years in the largest software development firm in Rhode Island. Liked the work, but I thought then, and it has turned out to be true, that I would find the issues that we deal with in the public sector more compelling. I had received my master's in public administration while teaching at Surface Warfare Officer School before I got out of the Navy. First job was for the city of Attleboro as assistant to the mayor. It was a management position, not a position that you help the mayor get elected type of position. Called for a master's in public administration. It was a terrific job. I worked for a terrific mayor. But about 16 months into that, we made the decision, and the city council backed us, that there was a better way for me to help the mayor and the city, and we created a position of director of budget administration. It was kind of a poor man's city manager. I was involved in every element of city management. I wasn't necessarily the person that made the decision in all those cases, but I was in procurement. In fact, I was the de facto procurement officer. I was the person responsible for virtually all of the interior management in the city, participated in union negotiations. I actually physically did and presented the budget each of the 8 years for what would now be a budget of $135 million, 3 enterprise funds, 15 departmental revolving funds. So a pretty dynamic financial place to learn how to do municipal government and municipal finance in Massachusetts. 10 years ago, I was hired as the town administrator in Swansea. I think you can probably see from my resume things were in a little bit of a bad way there when I was hired. They had the state had approved some deficit bonding 2 years before that, effectively created when the town of Swansea couldn't pay its bills on a year-to-year basis. That's a rather extraordinary move at the point where deficit bonding is approved. If things don't go well soon after that, the next step is the state steps in and creates what's called a financial control board, and there's 2 of them and 1 representative from Swansea, so you can kind of see where that goes. In the interceding 10 years, Swansea has paid back the $2.5 million that was approved and backed by the state, increased our reserves from essentially 0 to a little over $3 million, which is just under 10% of our levy. Built a police station, purchased and renovated a senior center, and I think probably most importantly, changed the way that people in Swansea look at government from a little bit of what I got when I first got there, which is we don't know how to do any of this, or this will never work, or that'll never happen, or you'll never get that done, to an attitude that I think has changed considerably now into, doesn't mean everything we try works beautifully, but most everything gets a fair hearing. And I think the perception of the leadership in the town is that we're competent and the town's going in the right direction.